Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Friday, June the 4th market update. On the economic front, the non-farm payrolls came in weaker than expected at 431,000, of which 411,000 were census workers, and it was expected to have 540,000. So that commenced a bear raid. Boy, was it a bear raid. Quite incredible day in the market. Next week, there is no really market moving type of data on Monday, so I think we get consumer credit out or something like that, but it's no big deal. So shouldn't be any market moving data Monday for the U.S. market stuff. I'm sure it'll all focus back on Europe. See, the dollar and gold were up, silver, copper, oil were down. So looking at the dollar, we have broken out above this resistance level at 25.50. We're still in this channel up on the UUP, the dollar ETF. Still no volume here, but continue to go up anyway. Light sweet crude futures were down $3.10 to settle at $71.51 a barrel. Let's go over and take a look at the Dow. So the Dow closed down 323 points to 9931. S&P closed down 38 points to 1064. Nasdaq closed down 83 points to 2219, and the Russell closed down 33 points to 633. The Dow held up the best, of course still down 3.15%, and the Russell was the weakest, down 5%. And it's kind of interesting. The volume across the indices, and I'm looking at the Qs and the SPY and the IWM and DIA and stuff. It was slightly above average in most cases, but not bad. I mean, I think a lot of the big players are not in the market very much right now anyway. And I mean, I know I don't have a lot in the market and doing less trading, so because I'm more of a, like I said, investor swing type trader, so. So the volume wasn't just totally horrendous or anything like it typically is on down days. Let's go look at the. Oh, I forgot to look at the point figure for West Texas Intermediate crude. Of course, there's really no changes here. We still have this bearish price objective, $62 a barrel, and we're still stuck between, this area here between 68.70 and 75, back and forth. We'll see how long we stay in here. So we're still there. So let's look at the McClellan, which is our overbought or oversold oscillator for the NYSE. And we're at minus 30.48. So we're just slightly oversold. We really need to get down in this area here to be oversold. So we could definitely have more downside coming. Who knows? It all depends on the news right now. So whatever headline comes out. Let's take a look at the, the Dow. We've got some. Let's go a little further out here. We've got about, we'll call it 10,250. This resistance area. We're back down here. I mean, we're obviously at a area of support. MACD has turned back down, so we'll see where we're going to go from here. Let's go look at the SPX. And originally, let's go a little further. Originally, I kind of thought there was like, this is a left shoulder and a head, and we were going to kind of, I guess you could kind of call this a shoulder, but not really very pretty. But, we were going to build out this right shoulder. We were going to get back up here to this 1140, 1150 area here, right, to build the shoulders, be like a head and shoulders top. I'm not so sure. The SPY we've stopped here. We've had support 1, 2, 3, 4. We can call that 5, 6 times, right? So breaking it's not going to be pretty, which we didn't break it yet. So we're still we've got this support area that we're setting on. But now if this does play out, where we if you measure from say here to here. Say we were to eventually lose, go down that much, then I took this and then, put it down here, it would get us back down into this area of, I don't know, 880s to 900 something. We'll call it 925 somewhere. Just it'll get us back down in here, right? It's going to get us back down to 880s. We have a gap to fill that we've never filled, and you know how the market has to fill a gap. It's like a you know a rule. So we do have a gap down there. So I don't know. Maybe that's eventually where we're headed. I'm not real sure right now because obviously the patterns change as the market it moves each day, so the pattern can change over a few weeks. So if this is something that plays out, this is my thinking we could possibly get down here. And if you actually look and guess, we got another gap here on the NASDAQ we haven't filled, which is way down here, and I don't know if we'll get here. I'm just saying, I just kind of looking around, and I still need to spend some more time on these charts. Russell is way down here. And these are the July '09 lows, and another gap on the Russell. So we have gaps that need to be filled. But man, I just don't think our economy is weak enough that we should fall this far. But I'm just if something like these, and these all have similar type patterns, if this was to eventually follow through, I mean, we definitely get back down in these areas. So we'll be watching for that to see if that plays out. Looking at gold. Gold is, of course, still holding up pretty well. Hasn't been doing much. Hasn't had a lot of volume, but we're still right there. Gold looks fine. Silver has lost. It kind of had a little of an uptrend line here, or I guess you could also, depends on how you draw it. You draw here or draw one there. But silver definitely had a very high volume sell off today. Silver's not looking good, so that's the ETF silver. Copper, a huge breakdown on copper. If you look, we had support, or not pretty for copper, and typically market follows copper, not always, but and copper kind of gave the hint yesterday when it was kind of breaking down. So let's see, VIX. Of course, VIX was way up there, up 20%, a little over 20%, back to 35.48. So we're right here on the VIX. Let's see, XLF. Whoops. XLF, of course, down 4%. Not looking too great here for the financials. A lot of them got hit pretty good. I haven't looked at the stocks yet. Looks at the semis. So we're still up here. We haven't lost this uptrend line up here in the 345-ish area. We'll be watching that. Some of the tech held up pretty well today. It was depends on which tech you were looking at. But some of it held up pretty well. Let's go take a look at let's take a look at the sectors. So all 16 sectors finished in the red today. The internet index had the smallest percent loss at 1.5%, which is where Google's at. The industrial transportation index was hit the hardest. It was down 4.88%. So, of course, there's no chart watch on Fridays. I'll post my weekly watch list on Sunday evening. So let's jump over here and take a look at point and figure on gold. So gold still on a buy signal. We got this price objective $1,310 an ounce. Let's take a look at silver on the point and figure chart. Still on a buy signal. So we're still right here with the price objective $29. Copper, again, still on a buy signal. We're right down here. I mean, we're obviously pretty weak here, but so we're right here. We won't go on a sell signal unless we print this 288, which is $2.88. So we'll be watching for that. Then over to the current market signals. Note, they all went back on sell signals today after this horrendous sell-off. So Dow, NASDAQ, S&P, Russell, all on sell signals. Here's the new price objectives. Let's take a quick look here. So yeah, so there we got the Dow, 94.50 new price objective, which is right down here. Pretty nasty. Of course, they're all just similar here. S&P 920, and I definitely, this back down in this, and I think what I was saying, 80 something. This area would not be surprised. We've got an uptrend line right here, a little bit of support on point and figure, but this getting down here wouldn't surprise me eventually. But you know, I think the economy's not that bad. We still are struggling, obviously, to create jobs, and be consistent with it as well. So we'll see what next week brings, and that's it for today. So have a great weekend, and thanks for